Hi there, I'm Lauren and welcome back to my YouTube channel Sweet Smiling Soul, where I talk about all things sewing. Today I am unpacking my new craft room. So we moved into this new apartment the day before we went on a holiday to Europe for a couple of weeks. So I returned yesterday. I'm still a bit jet lagged, but I'm ready to get stuck into this room. It's the first time I've ever had my own sewing room. I'm really grateful to have this and I can't wait until it's set up and it looks inviting, and it's a really nice creative space for me to work on all my sewing projects and continue to share my creations with you. So I'm just going to get into it. I'm going to do a bit of a time lapse today and give you an update along the way, and we'll go from there. So this is the room. You can see that I was in quite a rush before we went away, so I've really just dumped everything in here and closed the door. And yeah, now I need to really just make space so that I can actually walk through and put things in place. I've got a cupboard here where I might store some items, and yeah, just gonna move my desk near the window, I think. But yeah, I've got all my fabric in boxes over here. I think I still need to get some shelves or something so that I can unpack the fabric and maybe put it in the cupboard like my old room, but we'll see. I might even have another idea. I might put some shelves out here and stack the fabric there. I'm not sure, but yeah, for now I might have to keep most of the things in the boxes and just store them in the cupboard just so that they're neat and tidy and put away. And yeah, so it's really just setting up my desk and the sewing machines. And yeah, there's going to be a few things that I'll need Lawrence's help with, which are painting over some marks that were left on the wall by the previous tenants. So yeah, I'll probably have him do that. Might need to wash the window a little bit. I'm also going to make a curtain for the room. These curtains just came with the property, and most of the time in Australia when you get a rental they just put any curtains up, and a lot of the time they're not great. So I'm probably going to take this curtain down and add something of my own, and yeah, I might sew that together for another video. That's my plan so far. So I put this picture here, not sure if it's going to stay there, but there was a hook and I had a picture. So I just hung it there. We'll see how I'm going to decorate this. But I think first things first is to just clear the floor and put the desk where it needs to go, and then go from there. So there is an issue with this door. One of them has come off the roller, so I'm going to need help from Lawrence to fix that. So yeah, I'm kind of limited with what I can put inside this cupboard at the moment, just because I can only open one side. I could stack a couple of boxes at the bottom here. I tried to add another box on top, but I'm a little bit limited on space up there. So I think it's going to be, you know, a bit of a Tetris game. I will be able to add more obviously once I can open both doors, both sides of the cupboard. But for now, I think I'm just going to take a break because, yeah, what can I do until this is fixed? So Lawrence has now fixed this roller door, which I'm really happy about, and it opens. So now I'm going to add some more things to the top and a little bit to the bottom as well. And there will be one more thing for him to fix. I feel like I keep finding things. It's this screw which attaches the rod here. It's a bit loose, so I'm gonna get him to attach that to the top, and then I'll be able to hang some things as well. So I've managed to pack away most things, and I'm really happy that I can at least walk in here now. So we still have to fix the rod here. We've got to get a specific type of screw, so that might be a project for tomorrow. But I did get to put away some things up the top there. I'll probably add some boxes in here as well. The boxes of fabric that I've got over here might go in the cupboard just temporarily until I figure out some kind of system for my fabric. And yeah, I'm just going to wait for the cupboard to be finished really with the rod, and then I'll hang some of my Etsy products up, make it a little bit more tidy, and obviously I'll need to get some more furniture. So I've only got a desk and a chair at the moment. I think I'm going to add a little side table that I've got as well, just for something extra, and I'll also be upgrading my desk at some point, or maybe not even just upgrading, but buying a standing table for when I'm doing my computer work and everything. Yeah, so I might put that in the corner where these boxes are here. When I've got a standing desk, I'll put my laptop there. Lawrence is talking about getting me a second screen. I'm not sure if I need it yet because I'm just so used to working on my laptop, like editing my videos and everything. But he thinks that I'll be a lot more efficient with a bigger screen. So that's probably something that's going to go in the corner here. So a standing table with a bigger screen and a bit of a tech setup, and then my sewing machines over here. Other than that, I don't really want to have too much in here. I thought about maybe getting a small cutting table I could probably put somewhere here, just so I have a space for that, because it's getting to a point where I can't really kneel down as easily as I used to on the ground. So when I'm cutting out my patterns and things, it would actually be quite nice to have a table of some sort just specifically for cutting. But I could probably also use the standing table as a multi-purpose desk as well. So I could set up my tech stuff when I'm using it and then like pack it away and use it as a cutting table when I'm sewing and sitting down here. So yeah, just some of my thoughts, but I am going to rest now, call it a day, and get back to this tomorrow. So it's a new day and I am ready to hopefully finish unpacking my new sewing room. Yesterday, Lawrence fixed the rod inside the cupboard, so I was really happy about that. So it's secure. I can start hanging some things in here, and I'll also tidy up the bottom a little bit and start stacking some boxes of fabric here. Like I said, it's just temporary. I'll probably get some shelves of some sort at some point to stack my fabric so it's easy for me to access. I'm not having to kind of dig into these boxes. So that's the plan. My desk is kind of half set up. I've put the sewing machines out. I don't normally keep my serger on the desk all the time. I usually just have my main sewing machine and I leave myself a little bit of space to do some work on my laptop. But yeah, for now I've put it on the desk, but I might find another place to store the serger while I'm not using it. I really only use it when I'm sewing clothes. So I have some macrame plant hangers that I made, and I had them hanging from the ceiling in our old place because there were already hooks up in the ceiling. But this place doesn't have any hooks yet. I'm not sure if we should, add hooks to the ceiling just because it's a rental property, but it might be okay. Otherwise, I might just get like a couple of stick-on hooks and just like lean the hangers against the wall. I might put one in here, and I have a few other places in the house where I can put the others. But yeah, it would be nice to have some greenery in here. So that's another thought that I have. I've placed some crystals along the windowsill just to kind of, shift the energy in the property, and yeah, just kind of add my own little flair to it. I've got another picture that I'll probably add to the wall as well and brighten up the space. I did stack some books here just temporarily. They're mostly craft books or sewing books, and I just put my mirror on top for now until I figure out where to hang it, or I might even just keep it like that. I don't know, but it works for now. So that's what I've done so far. So now I'm going to unpack these boxes, or this bottom box here, which has all my Etsy items, and I'll hang them in the cupboard, and then I'll stack the other boxes in the cupboard as well, and yeah, make a little bit of space here so that I can visualize what kind of furniture I want, what kind of desk I want, and where it's all going to go. Yeah. No. So for now, I think I'm finished. So you can see it is quite empty in here. I am missing a few pieces of furniture, but that will come hopefully in the next couple of weeks. But I do have everything I need to sew anyway. So I've got my ironing board, my desk, and my sewing machine. One thing about my sewing machine though is that I actually realized it was kind of broken or not broken, but just making a weird sound just before I went on holiday and before we moved. So I think I might need to get it serviced just to make sure that everything's okay. I haven't tested it since I've been back, but I will test it again and see if the sound is still happening. I cleaned it out a little bit, got rid of some of the fluff and stuff that was caught. But yeah, I think it might need a professional to have a look at it. So that's something that's on my list of things to do. I also have this new light. So it's a kind of, instead of a ring light, I guess it's just like a square light, but to attach to my desk, and it might just help a little bit with lighting in here during the winter. And there's a stand to go with it. But yeah, haven't unpacked that yet, but that's something that I need to do. And yeah, I mean, the room's pretty well lit anyway with this window. You know, a lot of natural light comes through anyway, especially if I'm sitting at my desk. But I think it might be nice just to have that light as something extra. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for now. I do have to kind of detangle these plant hangers that are on the floor and figure out where I'm going to place them. I'll probably have to get some plants as well. And yeah, I mean, step by step, we've got a lot of things to collect, and I think it's just going to be one of those things that I just take my time with. I also have to take down that curtain there, and like I said, for another video on another day, I might create a curtain for this room. I was also just on Facebook Marketplace and I stumbled upon this Parison chair, I think it's called. I'll have to double check that. But it's like this shape and you just like fall into it, and it's like a round like rattan chair with a cushion on top. So I'm going to put a picture there so you know what I'm talking about. But basically I stumbled upon this. I wasn't looking for it. Facebook just knew what to show me, what I would like. And yeah, found this secondhand chair that I'm hoping we can pick up this week because I would love to make a cover for it. So I'm thinking patchwork. I'm thinking it's a good way to use up some fabric scraps that I've got, and especially those like weird fabrics, like the furniture fabrics that I've just kind of collected over the years from remnants bins at Spotlight or craft stores or whatever, and have just not known what to do with. So I'm hoping that this could be a good furniture project, I guess, to use some of the furniture fabrics and the different textures that I've got in my stash. So yeah, I am looking forward to that, and I think I'm going to wrap it up here and call it a day. So thank you so much for watching. If you like watching sewing videos or behind the scenes of creative processes and behind the scenes of craft businesses, then I invite you to like, comment, let me know your thoughts, and subscribe if you haven't already, and share it with a crafty friend if you know of somebody. Thanks again for watching, and I will talk to you soon.